Oopsie. That, w- that wasn't supposed to happen. YouTube's interface is so annoying because it buttons bounce around on you, and you end up clicking the wrong one several times, or at least I do. Welcome, by the way, to another stream. It's starting off very well, as you can tell. That rhymes. Yeah, it's the downfall of AI or humanity, one of the two. I'm not sure which. Yep, I'm not quite sure. But one thing I do know is the project I was working on the last few days has come to a bit of a halt. Um, yeah, it's all fun and games till you get to a certain point, and at least the way I'm doing it, it's just not there yet. It can only handle so much complexity from what I've seen. Uh, the project is probably, I don't know now, maybe close to 2,000 lines long. So it's not huge by any means. I mean, it's not small. I don't think I would call that very, small necessarily, but it's not huge by any means. Um, and it loses stuff. It loses concepts of how things are set up and how things are done, and it really struggles once you get to a certain. At least the way I kind of went about it, which was essentially the last few days, I just kind of started with a project that was like 200 and something lines, and it did a few things. Um, and I kind of just brought it in, fixed some stuff, and then kind of just kept adding on to it with ChatGPT. And excuse me, I mean, some of the stuff I asked it to do was complicated, and it was able to do it, but once I had it do several complex things and then have had it try and like create like larger structures to support these things and organization to support these things. It just kind of started breaking. Like once I had to branch out of one file, it really was like that was the downturn. Once it hit like 700 lines, I noticed it was just starting to become a very big issue because that's just a lot of code to generate every single time, which was what it was doing up until that point, as it was one singular file. And once it got to like 700 lines, I was like, okay, we gotta figure something else out, because this is not working. Like, we need to start breaking this down into like a proper like project structure, because it's just for both of our sake. And another issue I have with a lot of it still, and it's probably just the way I'm using it, is just with ChatGPT at least, the copy pasting is just so annoying. There's still no real way around it for at least ChatGPT that I know of without doing some weird hack. Um, which I know there is a way. I'm confident. But it's still, and maybe I don't know, if I use the appy it would be better. But yeah, it's still a problem that you have to deal with. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Um, once I started having to break it down between different files, and I had to do that several different times, and I try to guide it into a proper like way of doing things. Like there's going to be several areas that were going to be heavily like customized or customizable, and that were going to be fairly dynamic, and that was the on-screen display overlays, the control panel um, browser overlays, I guess you could call them. They're essentially the same thing as an overlay. It's just an input panel as compared to a display. Um, and then what else? Oh, the gift redemptions, and then chat um commands. So there's essentially four different like plugin type modules there would be. So gift redemptions, chat commands, because I want to have, basically all those should be dynamic and not dependent on each other, and you can just, plug and play essentially, just pop one in, pop one out without having to change the overall structure of how it's set up, unless you're using some new feature or something. But outside of that, you should just be able to edit, add, or remove those easily. So yeah, commands, GIF redemptions, um, input panels, and display panels. So there's four different plugin systems essentially would have to kind of put together, which isn't that difficult. I mean, you could have even set them up all kind of similarly, but it struggled with that. Like once I broke it down into four different plugin types, and then I had to have like a main bot, and then it had a main overlay thing, and the whole time like this is getting created, the whole time it's going from 250 lines to whatever it is now, 2000 or so. I'm not really paying attention to what it's doing. That's the whole kind of feature or kind of thing behind vibe coding, is you're kind of just giving basic directions. I'm kind of just, I'm not caring too much about like the performance on this thing. Um, so I don't really care what it's doing. It can't really screw up too badly. So I don't know what the hell it's doing. So I don't really even know what this code looks like. Some of it is like in a minimized type format where it's all like all the spaces are taken out for some reason. Um, so whenever there's a bug, I just dump the error in there and just say fix it essentially. I don't look at the stuff. I don't want to. Some of it is horrendously formatted, horrendously named, horrendously like set up and structured and just organized and using god awful new features that have no reason to be used. So yeah, essentially, I'm just kind of like staying hands off on this thing. So now that it's gotten to this point where it's like it can't manage itself, I'm kind of stuck with this thing, and I wanted. I've kind of like I've still got a lot of like good use out of it and a lot of good progress, I would say. I kind of just have to like I need to figure out a better overall structure and have it recreate that, and then like do each like plugin type thing individually, where so it doesn't have to like keep all this stuff in its mind, because it's trying to like keep track of the history of what we were doing and our conversation, and like I don't know how many instances of the or versions of the code I was giving it and code it was giving me. So there's a lot of like input and text it's trying to manage. So it doesn't surprise me that it kind of falls down after so long. But I mean, that's not too bad. Like 2,000 lines. Like I said, it really kind of gets hung up once you start having to use proper file structure and different folders. And, I think we're up to like 30 maybe 20 or so files. Because once you start breaking stuff down into like plugins, um, the files become a lot smaller than if you're just trying to cram everything together and minimize the file count. And then, JavaScript, of course, there's just 10 million different ways you can link stuff and require and import, and it's just madness. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where the project is at. I have kind of just not been messing. It's to the point now where like it's starting up, but almost nothing works. There's some like whoops, there's some critical things that are broken that I just have not got the patience to sit and kind of look through right now. So the cool things I had working yesterday, like the timer and the notes and some of the other stuff, it's completely broken right now. So that's fine. It wasn't doing anything critical currently anyways. That is definitely something I'm going to be coming back to. Again, like I said, the goal now that I've kind of got a better idea. Before this was kind of just like, oh, I'm just kind of playing around, having fun. Now that I have a better idea of where I want this to go, what I want it to be, what I want it to do, how I want it to look, how I want it to be set up, I think I can. Oh, also, I kind of have had it create a general project design and feature design or feature kind of list, functionality list, kind of defining all of what we did and kind of put together. So if I wanted to try and recreate this main structure, organization structure that's going to control everything, I can just pass that on. And actually, I did that earlier and I kind of just walked away on and never really checked back on it. I'm not sure how that's doing because I told it to put it all in a zip file and I don't know whatever happened to it. I'll have to double check that. So anyways, mostly what I've been doing today is image stuff. I kind of jumped back into trying to generate a few more images, a few more emotes. I actually have um oh, let's see. Oh, now there's not showing in here. What the hell? It literally just showed these several lines above. Let me see if refreshing fixes it. Okay. Let me try putting them again. There we go. So these are some new ones I added. These are just obviously some generated images, but I've got it. I think they look a lot better now because I've on this batch compared to the other ones aren't. Oh, here they are. Like the new ones compared to these ones, you can kind of tell they're completely different style. I kind of just mainly focused on zooming in on the face to kind of capture the actual like facial reaction. So I think that looks a lot better. It's not going to be super easy for all of them to do that. Like I don't know, like the heart one and certain more full body type things like wave can be more difficult, I think, at that scale. But like I really really like these um zoomed in ones way more than the other ones I have currently. And it looks like a more consistent style too, which is something I really like. Like honestly, these almost look like they could be done by like a professional. I really like so the smirk one. Actually, I really like almost all these are I would say fairly good in my opinion. Like easily a 7 or 8 out of 10 probably. Easily. Maybe some of them a 9. So that's pretty cool. It helps a lot zooming in on their face or zooming in on the face a lot more to make them look better. And you get just a lot better use of space of the emote itself, obviously. Because the whole thing is filled. You don't have any transparent areas. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, what we're probably gonna be doing also. Um well, it's all kind of image stuff I've been playing with essentially. Image and emote. Uh I have another idea I've been kind of playing with along with this image stuff that kind of goes along with it. Here, actually, I'll get out of the stream starting. Oops. Um, oh, also, yeah, there's some other stuff I forgot about. Oh man, I just got like a instant like pain in my head. Um, there we go. Yeah, I was doing some cleaning up of an image right now. What was I about to say? Oh, I forgot to turn this on actually. Oh, there, it just went away. I found out after stream yesterday, I was trying to think of some different stuff I needed to set up, and one of the things was I wanted to figure out a way to have chat on screen or on stream, essentially, with all the proper emotes like Twitch, FFZ, BTTB, and 7TV, and I figured out. I mean, ChatGPT told me, but there's actually a thing called J Chat, where it's this site you can go to and pick a few properties, and you can drop it in a browser source, and it gives you like perfect quality um chat on stream. So if I do this again, oh, you can choose different sizes and stuff. Right now it's on the small size, so they're not very big. And I got this window kind of set up weird. So yeah, it's got all the badges and stuff. Oh, hold on. I wonder if it does. Um, I'm sure it'll do these too. I don't really like how it fades out currently. And it animates it. Um, what was I just about to do? God damn it. Oh, I remember. The slop thing is a 0 with emote. So if I do, then it should put it. Oh, nice. It even does the 0 width ones correctly. I wonder what about if I do it in between them. Wait, what did it just do there? I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, oh, you know what? Actually, you could do some really cool stuff with those 0 width emotes. It's too bad more people don't use 7TV. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna change this though. This is too small. Size to height 400. Let's see. And then animate, fade. How do I? Needs to be wider. How big is the normal Twitch chat mod? It's got to be at least that. Um, okay, so they're not fading now. Okay. Yeah, I probably will want them to fade, actually. Also, I'm gonna put some music on. Um, what is happening here? Sorry, I'm trying to find this music. Okay, here it is. Let's see. I really want some. I wonder if there's like. I'm curious what new royalty free, like, vaporwave there is. Royalty free. Wait, what the fuck? Wait a second. Wave shaper. Is this the. Oh, that's the. This is all royalty free. What? Who says? Who says? Wait, wave shaper. Whoops, sorry, hit the mic there. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, I definitely need to adjust this. I want to make this so it looks like Twitch chat, like a normal one. Whatever, it's fine for now. Oh, whoops, I have my volume up way louder. No, I don't. Wait a second. What's what's going on here? Why is this so? Come on. There we go. Oh, also, additionally, I got I got the website kind of set up to, I guess, a certain extent. So if you go to futapantsu.tv, oops, this is automatically. Let me go to a different browser, Firefox. Oh my God, every single time. Every time you open up a different browser, oh, gotta apply 10 billion updates now. Every time. I don't care. I don't care. Stop trying to make me switch to you. Okay. Where are we going here? What am I doing? This goddamn it got me all distracted. Oh no. Oh, the website, the website. Jesus. My brain. It depends. Let me put this on. And so, actually, let's just see. What do we get here? Actually, I should be very careful about Googling this on stream. Not for any particular reason, but you know how it be. It's still giving me a did you mean? Okay, anyways, futapantsu.tv. So if you just go up here, bing bong bing. So it now automatically just goes to futapantsu.tv. It redirects directly to Linktree and also futapantsu.tv/ you can do any of the socials and they will redirect there. So whoops. Wait, what did I type? Or whoopsie. You. There we go. And there's my YouTube. So yeah, I'm going to be putting something on the main site. I actually was planning on doing subdomains for that stuff, but I think I decided against it. The subdirect or the directories are fine. There's no reason to get subdomains involved. I mean, sometimes it's cool, but I don't see a real reason to. So, yeah. So that's, I think, about it. I got that stuff, got all the redirects set up. But again, I can. It's all like going through my DNS, or the DNS stuff is already set up, and then it's already going through my VPS on DigitalOcean. The redirects are so I can add my site directly on there, or just keep the redirects, or change the redirects, or do whatever I want to. Oh man, my knee just cracked. So yeah. Yep, 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 yep. I wonder when it's gonna start showing up in Google. I guess I don't have anything on there technically. Maybe I'll have to have stuff on there first. I'm probably just going to make my own simple link tree initially. Because I could probably just have AI slop one of those together real quick without too much difficulty. So, yeah, we're gonna be probably doing some more emote or image stuff. I've been generating a lot of different like versions of this image essentially. Like a lot of different like if you can see up here, these are like the cropped versions. And these are the emotes actually turn into or are from. But I start with this picture essentially for everything. And I recently wanted to, I was considering, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could just recreate this, like, this little scene essentially? If I just had a clean version, because I didn't put this together, obviously. It was just something ChatGPT made. But if I could have a clean version of the background and the ring and then of the character, I could actually like build this um layer by layer, kind of like in OBS. And I could almost do like a 2D animated like avatar kind of easily. And I think it would be cool because I think I could actually have like the sky in the background like scroll slowly. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone do anything like that. I think that'd be kind of cool without being super difficult. I might be able to set it up just like through a basic browser source, actually. Because I've seen simple ones that just like bounce the character when you talk. If I can just get a signal that basically signals essentially if I'm talking or not, I should be able to do something like super simple with that. I think I can do that without like needing any external stuff. It's, man, we're at an hour. I've been almost yapping for 40 minutes straight. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I can't go super late tonight. Oh, was this the first stream since? Yeah, was it yesterday? I think the power went out. I think that was last stream, wasn't it? I can't even remember now. The days are just blending together. But the power went out at the end of the other stream, or that's why the stream ended, is because my power went out, flickered out. But I'm at my parents', and luckily they actually have a generator that is hooked up to the natural gas line that kicks on whenever the power goes out. So after like 30 seconds, it power always kicks back on. And we have power and the neighbors don't. And I think they hate us for that. But it's weird because it doesn't have a battery backup for that 30 seconds, which I don't understand why they didn't add that in. It should not be that difficult to add in something to hold it up for like 30 seconds while the generator kicks on. But no, every single time everything flicks off and then you have to wait 30 seconds for the generator to kick on. It's so stupid. I think somebody gave them some bad advice whenever they installed that. I would have definitely said something. Um so yeah, that's what's happening. So I'm probably just going to be doing some image editing Maybe playing with this other thing. Yeah, here's the thing where I have everything broken down. So I have the different rings. I can turn the background. I've created like a mask. So this is like a mask. This is like a outside sky only. This is this would be like essentially just the character on its own. So they'll have the background added, and then a blur version of the ring, another blur version, and then the top version, and then anything else I want to add. But I could actually have the sky scrolling, I think. So it would be independent of the character, and I could have the character like bouncing around inside the ring, and it would all be independent, and it would be, I should be able to properly clip everything. So it'll be like clip to the circle. And then I can bounce the character, then I could swap it out, swap between like an open mouth version and a closed mouth version, and even I could even just have different like emotion versions, just like how I mean essentially that's kind of how the VTubers do it, I guess. Yeah, this is actually the original picture, or kind of a upscaled version of it, where everything kind of came from initially. It kind of looks weird actually on this scale. But this turned into, I think this, and then yeah, kind of just gone back and forth since then. But I was trying to basically, yeah, you can see all the different versions I had because I had a top part of this character, but not the bottom part. So it was kind of annoying. So now I'm trying to clean up the outside of this because I cannot find a proper AI tool or any tool that will actually properly remove the background from this. Like all this white stuff, this is what it left. So I was trying to go through here with an eraser and manually clean up a few of these areas. I already got some, and it looks a lot better. But there's a few areas I'd like to clean up better. So once I have the full character, I can just have the ring and stuff and just construct everything kind of independently. Like I said, I can move everything independently. It should be pretty cool. Should be pretty cool. Sorry, drinking some coffee. Hmm. Yeah, one of the things about that kind of drives me about this background remover is it was a pure white background, and all the lines around the character are dark. So it should have been super easy for it to flood fill this and feather it. And I swear I feel like I can make a better like solid background removal tool. Like with ChatGPT in like 15 minutes. like the equation to flood fill based on brightness, and then you would use like a kernel or something to determine a vec or like a direction based on the neighbors of the edges, and then feather it in, and then just reduce the transparency. That's literally all you have to do. Is so fucking easy. It might be easier to do that than to even fix this image, honestly. Hmm. Surely there's got to be, maybe if I do white background remover. Surely there's a tool that can specifically do white ones. Hopefully. Um, guess this is the right one. Copy merged. Save this. Copy merge. Paste new. There it is. White level? You gotta. Okay, I don't know what that means, but apparently that was too much. This is it. This is your fucking tool. This is the tool, literally. This is the tool. These two, oh my fucking god. I cannot believe. Jesus Christ. What? Get off this garbage. This. Adobe, your shit does not work. This should not be this difficult, honestly. What? Why does everything need me to sign up? This is the AI shadow? I will say, it's interesting how much that does give it depth. Well, this does look way, way better. Okay. Well, that was worthwhile. Glad I didn't spend too much time on that. Whew, yeah, look how much better that one is. It even got the stuff. It even got the in between here. It's actually kind of impressive. Um, I'm sure it looks good on the other color. White, yeah, looks perfect, actually. Damn, that looks really good. Nice. Okay. Base, based, full, large, final. Yes. I'm still not super happy that there's a difference between the top and the bottom. I don't think anyone else will really notice though, but I kind of do. What is this? Like Pixel Cut AI. I'll have to remember this if. And they have this little tool on here shows a difference. I made one of these tools, except it was for uh, a 3D skybox view, like that was rotating, or you could rotate it, but also you could move a thing like this to show different skyboxes or like two different variations of a skybox. I actually have it. I've never showed it to anybody, but I have it somewhere. I have quite a few things like that I've never showed anybody. Should probably make videos on them at some point. Yeah, this tool did work very well. Way, way better than fucking Adobe's garbage. Pixel Cut AI. Okay. Sweet. I can close all this shit. I see there's a couple. I kept struggling because ChatGPT kept trying to change stuff I didn't want it to change. Like, there's a pretty big difference between this image and this. And it's mostly in the top. And this cloak is still not correct. It's supposed to like, I don't know, not be like that, but whatever. It's supposed to be like this. Because this is actually the canon character. And this is kind of like the cute cartoon version of it. That's kind of why her pose is the same. The proportions are kind of jacked up, though, honestly. That girl's legs are way longer. I think both look good though. But I've been using, I haven't really used this anywhere, actually. I've been just been using this. Still looks so weird. Like I still can't stop seeing the circular thing around it. It just, I don't know, looks way different to me. Oh, it's something about like, I don't know, the angle, something just doesn't look like this looks okay. I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly. I mean, it's definitely scaled different, and the pose is slightly different. Cloak's different, the hair's different. Clothes are slightly different. Gloves are different. Colors are different. I mean, the clothes are a little bit different too, actually. This one's got like the little strap thing there. These don't. And actually, yeah, this whole top is different, actually. Now that I'm noticing it. Yeah. Look how bad this version was. Jesus. This is actually a legitimate thing I got back as a result. It's like, I wonder which one I'm gonna choose. Like I could easily do a better version than this. Easily. I mean, it's obviously doing something like quote unquote intelligent, but I don't know what. Looks like shit. Whatever it's doing. Don't save. Yeah, I was just going through a whole bunch of weird stuff. So if I now is that what it looks like essentially? Yeah. So you can see the difference in colors. Oh, oops. It's a little bit different, like the face is a little tiny bit different. That's pretty close though. So now if I got chopped off, but let's just imagine that character bouncing up, talking. And I can clip everything outside of here. So I could essentially have it like, let's see, did I make a inner background ring? No, I didn't. Yeah, fuck it, I don't need to right now. But yeah, being able to move that stuff around differently on independent layers is nice. And I can clip it with like a mask or something. Um, it would be pretty cool, I think. I think already this looks pretty nice. I'll just merge all these like rings together. That glowing really adds to it though. Probably add a little bit more to that if I wanted to. Kind of excited to see what this is look like in OBS. I've never seen anyone doing like an animated background inside of like a circle with the 2D character. I've never seen that. Why? It shouldn't be that difficult. I should be able to do this fairly easily. All I really have to do, I just have to make sure this background's tileable, which it should be fairly easy. I mean, I could probably easily check that actually, or easily do it. It's so simple. If I wanted to. Actually, I'll just ask ChatGPT to do it. They should be able to do it, no problem. Hmm. Is there a CSS property to scroll? I think there might be. I think, yeah, I think you just animate the transition. Or, actually, wait, how would you do that? You would have to. No, it would be a background thing, like a background offset. Yeah, because then that's what would allow it to repeat, it being a background property. God, I almost want to test it out. I could do it pretty big too. Like this is 100%. Just imagine them like bouncing up and down when talking and the mouth opening and closing. God, it's like laggy. Too much graphics processing. Hmm. And I could actually, ooh, man, there's a lot of stuff I could do with this. I could, I could have like different backgrounds I could switch to, different lighting, different colored rings, different, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of stuff. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Fortunately, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Can't be on too late today, but we'll go at least 2 hours. So we got at least a half an hour or so left. Um, yeah, this is looking nice. I want to I definitely want to play with this. Let's see. This whole thing I need to make sure I save as a PDN. Or we'll just do base. And I already have this saved, so and that's in there. See, I don't really need all this open now. Don't need that. Pretty much all this was just to try and set this up. But now that I got all the layers, we should be goog. I could. I'm going to probably some point merge all these, but I don't want to do it yet. This thing I don't think I need anymore. Where am I moving? Oh, wait, what? Oh, get rid of that. That's gonna look nice. Don't know why this is on here twice. See, just changing the hue on that, I mean, it changes so much. And I'll be able to do that independently of like the ring and the character. And I'll be able to do that actually super easily. Like, look at that. That looks really nice just by changing that hue a little bit. I could actually even, oh shit. I could even do like a whole day-night cycle or something. Huh, that'd be actually kind of crazy. I mean, technically it should be lighting or covering the character too, but you could actually do that without too much difficulty. That looks pretty cool like that though. Now imagine if all this is just transparent on the stream. This could look really, really cool actually. I wonder, I almost wonder if this shouldn't have another layer of white on the outside. Eh, it's hard to say right now. I think it looks pretty good. The glow looks pretty good on the inside. And this is just 25% size. We can make this a lot bigger. Hell yeah. That's super cool. I mean, it's not that different. And this is the base image. I could actually do more glow stuff if I wanted. I wonder, it'd probably be best to do this in canvas, I guess. Oh, wait a second. Well, I don't know actually. Man, I really kind of want to see what this looks like on stream on OBS. Oh man, I kind of wish I really wish I didn't have to go to that appointment tomorrow. I'll have time to play with it after. This is gonna look really cool. Actually, super excited for this. Yeah, with the scrolling background, possibly changing colors, the masking. So I'll need at least the character, the background, the rings, I think a mask, so that's 4 images. Possibly more. Hmm. Um, I'm not gonna have to save individual images. Oh man. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be cool looking. It's going to be cool. Well, I don't have any music playing. Or it stopped, I should say. Actually, I'm gonna get up and stretch my legs. I'll be back here in a minute. Why can't I move this? Oh. Okay, I am back. And actually had an idea while I was away, which was I was wondering what it would look like if there's some drop shadows on the character or maybe inside or outside the ring. Kind of curious what that would look like. So if we bring this to the top here. Okay, 0. Edit. And layer. Okay. Now if we let's do this first. Let's take this down like half. Blurs. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, it's not quite so pronounced. Something like that. I wonder what a different. Oh, is it because it's on top? Maybe because it's all black. Okay. I don't know if I love it. It does make the character stand out more. Let's try. Um, Now if we blur this. Hmm. Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait, what? Why isn't this? Is, hmm. Okay. Um. Let's do this. Let's try. Actually, let's do this different way. Go down here, build shape. Okay. That about? I want it a little bit smaller. Like right about right there. Okay, now if we start the color, do this. Um, Now, oh, oops, I'm doing the wrong button. God damn it. Okay, blurs. Mm, I think where is it motion blur? Man, that's like almost a perfect feather, actually, now I think about it. Um, I just ran into one of those situations where completely forgot I was streaming. Hey, Captain Dread. I don't know how long ago you posted that message, but I was just like in a trance, like just like focused on this like image stuff, like super super deep. And I still had the small break thing up, so I guess that's appropriate. I don't know if you're still here or not, but good evening if you are. How is your night going? Hopefully my silence didn't scare you away. That was deep in thought and deep in fucking around with this image stuff. Just kind of like playing around. There's like just, I don't know, a whole bunch of tricks you can do with image editing that sometimes I don't consider because I don't use the software enough, but there's actually like a lot of cool things you can do. Like little hacks that just like if you don't have access to a feature, little hacks you can do to get by. But yeah, I was just playing some of these little outline masking blending effects. Holy shit, it's been I didn't realize what time it was. Wow. I was kind of like not paying attention for a long time. I still have this stupid message up. Again, yeah, sorry I missed your message. I don't have the timestamps on, so I don't know how long ago that was. But I enjoy and appreciate your bocce guitar emote. Or boshi. Bocce? I can't remember correct way to pronounce that name. But yeah, I'm playing with this little image thing I've been working on. Been like recreating my little avatar image, but like doing it dynamically layer by layer. So I could actually do this in OBS, um, and actually add some like animation effects and some other cool things. So I'm just kind of playing with all the things you can do. Highlights and shadows and different stuff like that. I'm interested to see what it looks like in OBS or browser once you can actually properly clip it um, to something. I really like how it looks right now, though. And there's probably simple shaders things you can do to just like, actually, I'm sure there would be. Instantly create some of these image effects. Man, my throat is so phlegmy. I wonder if I should double the size of this. Hmm. This is actually pretty high res. It's good enough you could use like full screen. Difference that makes. Oh man, let's see. I just want to leave all this like alone right now in here. Because I don't know what I'll have to do with it in OBS. I'll just save some of these for playing around with later. It's a really cool effect though. Hmm. Hmm. It's hard to tell sometimes if it's better or not. Well, it's well, you can't actually see it at all, or can you? Hmm. I do kind of like the white. It's kind of convenient how you can just stack these a couple times. Like, just go boom, boom, merge. I don't know, it might be too much. That's not even. Maybe just a little. I think that looks pretty good. I don't feel like messing with it anymore tonight. We'll see. There's some other emotes. I think I want to try and take from some of this stuff I saved. See if I can find those. Here we go. I can't remember which ones I had done and which ones I hadn't. Oh, wait, I have to look in the clean. Okay, which one? Let's see. Haven't done annoyed. Where is the original one? It is clean face emote. It's this one. See, these have like very distinct styles. This one does too. The face shape changes a little bit too much. I think I like this one. See, the smirk one is really good too. And these are completely different. Does this match? See, it gets a little off here in some of them. Hmm. Does not look too good, in my opinion. This is not what I'm looking for. Hmm. You can kind of tell in the colors that, like, some of these are just like not the same as the other ones. There's a distinct color palette difference. I don't know why it's bouncing between the two. See, this is the one that shouldn't match up with these, I think. Let's see. That looks pretty close. Now, if we change that to 256. Yeah, let's see, that fits pretty well in my opinion. If anything, I might take this down a hair. Yeah, I think that might look a little bit better. That looks pretty good as far as being the same or similar. I have to see if there's like a distinct style difference here. I wasn't really paying attention when I made these. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but it's noticeable enough. Hmm. I feel like this is a really face, like a really. Yeah, I think that's really. Let's see a really face. Definitely, really. What was it initially? Oh, huh. Um, let's change. That's definitely a really face. Okay. Is this actually the appears to be full large final? In fact, I'm gonna read only that mofo. I never read only, except I will on that one. Get rid of this one, get rid of this one. Okay, what other one here do we want? So this is really... Let's close these as well. Let's look at... Okay, base. Crying? Which style is this? What does this look like when I crop it down exactly? There. Right about there. Hmm. I guess if it's super small, ugh, I don't know. Let me resize it. I do not love that. If I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm just using a whole bunch of Chat GPT garbage and just resizing essentially. It actually got like some of these. Um, Here I'll show you a couple. These are like repeats. But I mean, these are, if I zoom in on the face enough, they turn out okay. Compared to like some of these other ones I had. These are the ones, these of course are also AI because I can't draw like literally anything. So, but these are the ones I had before. Um, and they're not nearly as good. I like the zoomed in face where you can see the reaction a lot more. But that's just not possible on some of them, I think. But yeah, I try to give it like guidance to try and make them more, appropriate for emote size, but it kind of just does whatever the fuck. It's still so weird, like what it decides to do and what it decides not to do. But it's actually maintained like fairly good consistency, at least between these like the happy, the smirk emote. The smirk emote I actually really like. Like I'm fairly impressed with how that one turned out. I'm not impressed, I would say just happy. The angry one is more suitable because darker lines. Angry one. Yeah. But the angry one, like on my screen at least, at this scale, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Like, if I hover over it, I can clearly tell it's angry, but like there's too many like thick lines close to each other, I would say. And it's overpower. It looks like very dark when it's scaled down. Like darker than it should. You know what I'm saying? But if I zoomed in on the face, maybe it would be better like I did with the other ones. And maybe it's different like on different screens. I just have regular like garbage run of the mill screens. So I don't know if different resolution helps, if like being on mobile. Like there's so many different device screen types now. It's just like kind of crazy. That was one thing that drove me insane about doing web dev, is like now you're not just designing one site, you're designing multiple sites because you have to accommodate like at least three different variations of size, which is nice if you're a user, but it sucks if you're a dev. What what is this? Why is this in this playlist? Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry about that. I had this on like one tick on the volume. Captain Dread, the emotes I like a lot. There's a few I've found recently that I really enjoy the style of. The person that does these, I believe it's all the same person. There's only one that's like actually like noted to them, but Ferdy's Lab on the attention, the one that's shaking the arms. It says the artist is Ferdy's Lab, who I have looked up, and they are artists you can find on like Twitter, and they do commission stuff. But I really like the style of these particular emotes. I think they're very clear in what they show. And I just like the style. I think it's really cute. Um, at least all these ones are. But I think this person sells for like $20 for a standard emote, and I can't remember how much for the animated ones. Honestly, I might just try some like super simple animations myself. Like you can get away with like some animations where it's just like it's like simple zoom effects or I think it was 20. I would have to double check that. It was fairly cheap where I was like, "Oh yeah, that's not bad." But I mean, considering it's just I mean, a simple little I mean, if you're a good artist, you could probably whip up one of these in like easily 5 minutes, I would imagine. But for being AI junk like previously, the um oh wow, how would I say the experience or the success I was having getting any good like images out of AI that didn't look like garbage I was having like no success. I could do it in like 30 depending on expected quality. Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's like I'm sure anyone with like any talent at all probably could cuz they're especially these, they're not that simple like if I like probably I mean, I don't know, more so I think it's the style of these. I don't know, they're not overly complex or anything. It's just the particular style, I think, kind of makes them stand out for some reason. But even the style isn't like overly special. I don't know what it is about them, but they just, for some reason, caught my eye. But yeah, I had some, uh, the code I was working on, the little project, it got too big for for stupid Chat GPT, and now I actually have to start learning what the heck it's doing and like actually treating it like it's a real project instead of just some garbage thing I don't care about. That I just let the AI just do whatever the hell it wants, and as long as it's doing something reasonably close to what I want, I was just letting it continue on. But once it started getting to like 2,000 lines or so and like 20, 30 files, it started just it started just breaking stuff all the time to the point where I was spending like more time trying to fix it than I was like adding on to it at all. It was just annoying. It's something I still want to do, but I just have to rethink how I'm going to continue going forward because it's some areas it's kind of a mess. And I might just create a more solid like design or structure or plan and just try and have it create the whole thing from scratch, like going into it knowing what we want. I mean, overall, it's way, 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 way faster than I could ever type code or anybody really could. So it's like you can't get around like that's the thing. It's like you're kind of unless it's like super something super like high performance, but even then I think you can I feel like just almost all the code is just going to be generated now, just for the most part. Maybe there's going to be some manual edits or something. Once it like it connects directly to the files and you don't have to copy paste it and you can just like direct it just by lines. Um and it can automatically see errors. It's going to be just kind of ridiculous. The speed at which you'll be able to pop stuff out, especially if it grows in that quality too. But it's not there yet. It is not there. Like yeah, 2,000 lines is like kind of nothing for it to get hung up on that. Like there's projects out there with millions of lines in all sorts of different languages, and yeah, it's just the complexity just it can't handle it. It cannot handle the complexity. Like I think what a human can do better is like why is this stuff in this playlist? Is someone like trying to just like get some cheap views? The fuck? Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the complexity. It just can't handle it. I think a human can like if when I do like a complex thing, I end up once I walk away from it and away from it from a little bit, my mind kind of reduces it to like this singular thing that it's just like I vaguely remember how it works. It's like I don't remember the details, but like AI tries to I don't know, hold all of that in its brain and it loses the details, but then it can't pick the details back up again because it doesn't have the code base to look at. Is what I feel like is happening. So it's kind of in a interesting place. I mean, it's still insane what it can do now. It's what I can get out of it just by giving it like general directions is pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. And it wasn't until I had to break out of like essentially one file that it really started just having a difficult time. You could squeeze out an emote for me. If you want to give it a shot, go for it. I'm up for like pretty much anything. I mean, I have some obviously already, but if there's like some like standard ones that like almost everybody has, you feel comfortable doing or you've done a lot before, go ahead. I mean, I hope you mean for free because I have literally no money to pay. If you were saying for free, then like I would love to like have something like that added to my channel, and I appreciate it. But if not, then I like oh okay, then awesome. Yeah, I'd appreciate it. Sorry, it's just like I didn't know if you were just like a really, really, really good like Discord bot trying to get me. Okay, because there is an insane amount of bots or people with like a lot of time on their hands that just go around to low view channels and try and snake you into Discord so they can show you all their art. It's crazy how many people have done it and how specific it is. Discord bot that willingly admits to gooning to femboys. Somehow they find their way in here. But yeah, that would be I don't know, man. I would say that would be hard, but I would have never in a million years thought AI would be anywhere near it is today, like 5 years ago. So yeah, a Discord, but yeah, to willingly admits to gooning to femboys will easily be here within 5 years. Easily. It's probably already here. Like I don't know. Like part of me thinks like oh I don't know. The AI stuff won't be that big of a deal, and it'll just slowly kind of like be integrated into certain things. But part of me is also like I don't know. Everything's gonna be changing like a lot in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Like a lot. like nothing compared to the last 20 years. Like the last 20 years, I mean, we had the internet and cell phones and better computers, essentially. That kind of sums up pretty much almost all the technology advances, or the majority of them for consumers. But this AI can just is I don't know, can go a million different directions. And that's just assuming we don't even hit something like AGI or something equivalent, which God knows what happens then. Like truly it's hard to imagine like exponential like learning. Like something that could be like as smart as like Einstein or something and being able to just like clone that like 10,000 times to do any sort of research or like creative thinking or explorative thinking or anything. Shit is gonna be like super crazy here soon, man. I'm telling you. And it's weird because like I feel like half the people like discount it and half are like are worried. It's like it's and then like half of the people have no idea what the hell is happening. And they've just like randomly heard people talk about like chatbots recently, which is probably like most boomers, anyone over 50 or 40 maybe. It's just it says I don't know, man. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. Every day that passes has me more and more convinced we're going to just end up in the Matrix. But not for the reason that it was in the Matrix. We're not going to be not because we make good batteries, just because it's easier to fulfill um giving everyone their dream life in a virtual world instead of the real one. Because you just have to switch all the neurons and stuff or whatever around instead of having to create and manifest all these physical wonders to please people. Just send the right chemicals to the right receptors, and that's good enough. And for most people, it probably would be. I mean, I think I would probably be fine with it. I don't know why I wouldn't be. And that's why I think aliens as we know them actually don't exist. Because I think any civilized or advanced race, I should say, gets to the point of like they just plug themselves into the matrix before they ever like care about dispersing out into the universe to any considerable distance. I think that technology is way more feasible than any sort of light speed jumping or portals or wormholes. They're all just chilling in the matrix because that's I mean the only thing they'll be left to do. What? Oh my god, there's another just random like unboxing video in this. This is supposed to be royalty free synthwave. This is probably an AI gener. Oh no, it's from 10 years. Well, maybe that playlist is from AI. The only bad thing is yeah, AI still just makes a lot of confident bad decisions, but humans do that too all the time, so Yeah, I think humanity in general is gonna have a lot of like questions to answer in the next like 20 years. Like, oh, maybe humans aren't special. Maybe consciousness isn't special at all. Maybe we're just like robots essentially. Like I don't know how most people would deal with that if they were like, yeah. Yeah, if we could like I don't know, like if they were to come out in the science community tomorrow and be like, "Oh, we can definitively prove, consciousness isn't real. It's just like something that was like, evolved um and, everything we believe in is false and we're just whatever. There is no point in existence and like I don't know how people would react to that. They probably would never say that, just or no one would listen anyways because people don't even believe the real stuff. But yeah, the leap in tech has just been getting so fast. It's just beyond craziness. And plus like the religion stuff, like I don't know, I feel like religion is just gonna have to kind of dry up soon. Like it was nice for a while, but and it moved civilization along forward for different reasons for a while. Why is this unboxing video coming up again? But yeah, we're in a very weird spot in humanity. Especially like we have tech that can just like instantly like vaporize like millions of people. It's like yeah, it's very weird. Like the stuff we have now 100 years ago, they would just if they were to see, they would just think we're the aliens essentially. And the whole thing with just like the jobs that are going to be lost to AI, it's like we're going to have to figure out something for that too. It's like I don't see how capitalism is going to survive for another 50 years, honestly. If there's no jobs for people, or maybe it'll just be a different form. I don't know. But yeah, every day I'm more and more convinced that just something crazy is coming very soon, and that we're just like kind of like I don't know, just kind of stumbling along, not realizing, or only partially realizing, not fully like comprehending. And I'm not like a doomsday or anything like that either. Not to any sort of degree, but I don't know. And people, so many people compare it to like technologies, like the horse and buggy, changed everything really quickly too. But I just don't think you can compare it to something like that. It's too broad of a thing and too like exponential in its potential like ability to just take over everything. And it's just so broad reaching. I don't know. I just don't think anything we've done really compares. it just answers. There's been so many questions, or not questions, but like things that have always just been like, oh, only a human can do that, and AI kind of answers, or gives options now to be like, oh yeah, well actually AI can do it. It might not be perfect, and you might need like several agents to double check and triple check if you want it to be like very very correct. Um, but it's an option now for a lot of things that it used to not be an option for. Like a lot of things. There are so many jobs. I don't know what kind of work you've been in and what kind of people you've been around, but man, I've been in some office environments. Nothing like real special, probably what I would consider as the typical office environment. And there's just so many inefficiencies in standard like white collar office jobs. Just because I don't know, for lots of reasons, people don't understand what they're doing when they set them up, and the people using them don't understand what they're doing really, or that it could be like way, way faster. It's weird. People see like robots and like machines and think, oh, automation. But man, easy automating stuff on the computer is so much easier, so much faster, and so much like more. Uh, you just gain a lot more money with it than you could in the physical world with robots, and that's from someone who's like worked in an environment that was kind of like a cross between both. I've seen a lot of different like CNC machines and robotic stuff, and I mean this playlist is all sorts of fucked. What is this garbage in here? Almost none of this is music. Okay, hold on a second. I don't know how I got on this playlist. Yeah, it's about to be crazy. That and yeah, essentially AI is, I mean, surpassed. I would say general use AI that most people have access to is already surpassed, 98, 95% of all humans as far as like competence, general competence in most fields. I mean, it can get confused sometimes, and it's not great if you get super, super complex and in depth and in different sessions, but in general, it's pretty good at most things. And you could just, it's so, I don't know, it's just so weird how you can just ask very, very specific questions now. Language processing makes translators absolutely, yeah, definitely. Definitely. One thing, what was it I was about to say? You could just ask like super, super specific questions now that just were like not possible with a regular search engine before. Like, if it takes you like several sentences or a full paragraph to like fully explain a very like specific topic or very specific question, you're in trouble with a regular search engine. Yeah, we came a long way with this spaghetti video. And I haven't even touched, and I don't think most of the general public I don't think has touched any video generation yet. I mean, we're still like I would say is really, really early with that. So, I mean, when you consider like once we get that perfected, it's like how far like are we actually from the Matrix? I mean, like how hard would it be to just manipulate, you know, AI generated video to be essentially a cheap form of the Matrix without all the actual processing that goes into it. It's just kind of like a simulation. I don't know. That's actually weird to think about. Whoops, I hit the mic. That kind of hurts my brain to think about. If the Matrix wasn't actually just a computer, it was just like an AI kind of like hu- hallucinating what it would be like. Ugh. That's um another thing like about programming that I mean that kind of is what the Matrix was. Yeah, I mean essentially. But I when I think about the Matrix, yeah, I don't know. I think about the whole thing like all being like kind of like a game where it's all being I don't know, handled at like like simulated at the same time. Whereas where I only think of it doing like a very local type thing for some reason. I don't know why. An AI manipulating our consciousness of Earth through audio, video, and sensory. I mean, uh, who's to say? Who's to say about anything, honestly? Who is to say? I mean, the whole. I've thought about some stuff that I don't know. It's almost like I don't want to say broken my mind, but like as a programmer, when I think about the complexity of just everything, like how everything is just so complex down to the quantum level, and then the scale of the universe, and just everything that is just happening at once. Like everything is just at all at once, just doing all these insane processes at all these scales. It like it makes me yeah kind of just feel like humans are just we're like we're nothing. We know nothing, and to ever think we did know anything, I don't know. It just seems very arrogant. Like the universe is so big, and we can't even like fathom. We have no clue how to even like how we would ever get anywhere that's like light years away. I mean, without some technology that's way, 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 way like out there, like cryotech or something. It's almost seems like I feel like the universe was designed to have these like giant barriers between us. Almost like how if you were to do an experiment, you would like want like stuff like separated, like not to be contaminate each other. And like what if life is like something they're trying to avoid? I don't know. I thought about some weird stuff late at night after programming for way too long. But yeah, there's I don't know. There's now we're getting into religion territory. I mean, that's something else I've thought about. This whole AI stuff. I mean, I've thought about a little bit about some crazy stuff before, but the AI stuff has really kind of made me think about even more weird stuff. Not necessarily weird, but in that realm. Intelligent design keeping us from the starts of things. Yeah, it's just I don't know. We think we're so smart all the time, and I feel like we're not, and we constantly prove we're not. Like if we look back 100 years, it's like we had like there's so much stuff we have now that we didn't have that back then, and it always is gonna be like that. We're always gonna look back in that period of time. The 100 years is gonna become like 50 years, 20 years, 10 years until we are in the matrix. I feel. I feel like our technology and that stuff, software just will outpace the hardware side of things. Like it's way harder to get like minerals and physically build stuff, and the physical world sucks because there's so many like things that happen, like things break down and all these different processes that just make like keeping a machine um running difficult. That's like keeping a robot running compared to a program is like you can't even compare the two. Programs are so much easier to keep running. Robots all the time break down or have little precision errors or like physical robots. So we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, the whole religion thing is, in my opinion, well, software needs hardware to run. Yeah. Oh, I mean, definitely. One day it might find a way to repair it. So, I mean, we have done nothing in the form of, well, I shouldn't say nothing, almost nothing in the form of any sort of biological engineering. Like, we haven't even created a single instance of life. Like, a single instance. We have no idea how it works yet. That to me is just so crazy. This thing that's just happening everywhere all the time. We have no idea how to even kickstart the most simplest form of it. I mean, it's possible we do, but I mean, there's probably tons, but I feel like even if you could, even if you got the most simplest form of it, it's like engineering those next steps, like that evolution has already just done on its own over time. Well, I mean, once we get biological engineering figured out, I mean, then there's just like everything's kind of, I think, solved. Because, I mean, you can just biologically engineer all sorts of like organisms to do whatever the hell you want. I mean, eat all the plastic in the ocean, or, sure, there's all sorts of processes you could. I mean, God knows what is even possible if you can do biological engineering. I mean, we're the result of, well, I shouldn't say biological engineering, but I mean, something as complex as us is the result of biological rolling of the dice, essentially. So yeah, I feel like we're, as far as like technology goes, we're still like know almost nothing. In like space, we know essentially nothing. I mean, we're just looking with uh, these telescopes. I mean, yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy to think about the certain leaps in like humanity people had to make, like overcome like certain obstacles or things like, first it was like real small local stuff like going over a mountain or a river or a lake or valley. And then it was like oceans and, continents. And then once we had the whole world, it was just space. And now, like, that's the big one that, I mean, we're still just like on the shore of the ocean essentially with our binoculars, just looking out. And we have like no clue. Like, at least we had like ships in the ocean and, we could float on rafts. It's like we've only scratched like a pebble, like in the form of space travel, as far like comparatively to the ocean and like that sort of travel. Like we have no clue, no, absolutely no clue how we would ever like get to any of these places. It's crazy, crazy. Yeah, and the whole religion thing. I mean, yeah, I kind of, even though I grew up like fairly religious, I should say in a religious household, um, I'm not at all anymore. I mean, I believe there's like in like good and bad or whatever. I don't know about good and evil necessarily, but yeah, I've kind of made up my mind on that stuff. I could probably talk about that for a long time, actually. Because it's something I've thought about for quite a bit. I always wanted to, like a way I could like prove in my mind, like one way or the other, why I believed one way or the other, like definitively. And I feel like the whole argument just going on scale alone, like I was talking about earlier, that's all I really need in my mind. Just knowing the scale of the universe, knowing the scale of the small stuff going down to the quantum, like knowing all that and thinking that it's all just for humans to worship some entity that's all powerful is just so ridiculous. It's like what, first of all, for anything to be that powerful and just to create something to have it worship you, yeah, it's crazy. It's like us like getting like an ant colony and just feeling like, I don't know, lording over the ants and be like, why aren't these ants worshiping me? I'm gonna condemn them to hell. It's just maybe a long time ago, thousands of years ago, when we didn't realize the universe was as big as it was, and quantum shit, fucking atoms and molecules and particles and quantum. Sure, sure, it probably made a lot of sense back then, but nowadays, it just does not make sense. And of course, you can't prove anything in religion, y'all. It's always faith. It's all faith based because you can't prove it. It's just it just gets to be laughable when you just like keep adding all the facts up. Not that I don't have any problem with people that are religious. I mean, does a lot of good for some people if you can, you know, have faith in something and have a higher power. That can be good for some people, but I think all the lore um surrounding it is just all kind of garbage. And it's funny. Most people just happen to believe the same religion that everyone else around them believes. It's just, the fact that, oh, if you grew up here, then this is how things went down. But if you were born here, this is how things supposedly went down. It's just craziness. And it's just like you have to throw away so much logic to really get behind any of the ideas or the lore at least. Oh shit. Well, I've probably gone on for long enough. I have a doctor's appointment I need to be up a little early for. But if not, I could definitely ramble on about this topic for a while. Good talking to you too, Captain Dread. I appreciate you stopping by again, hanging out. You are always welcome here. If you just want to chat or just listen some vaporwave or something, or just hang out or whatever. I'm trying to get a better, or I should say a more consistent schedule, because like my schedule lately for streaming has been anywhere from like noon EST till midnight EST. So it's not great if people want to like stop by consistently, but I'm trying to get it narrowed down to something a little tighter. But we'll see. We'll see. But yep, I appreciate you hanging out. So I'm gonna call it here and go grab some food and call it for the night. But you enjoy your doodling, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Have a good one. Peace.